Hey. Welcome back to another episode of This Ain't Practice. I am your host, Chris J.
And I'm your DJ, Shad. And we are in the building. What's going on? What's going on, Chris J?
Nothing much, man. How you doing? How you feeling?
Man, I'm good, man. That's a perfect opening. Look at you.
I'm a rookie, man. I'm a novice.
Look at you,
I'm a novice doing the intro, man.
Man, you killed that boy. Man. Good stuff, man.
Already. Appreciate it.
Man,
You doing all right, man? How's your week going?
Doing good. Week's been good, man. No news. It's good news. It's a normal work week, man. So
those are the best ones.
Hell yeah, can't complain, man. How about yourself, bro?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. What's up, Fahim? What's up, Lala? How y'all doing?
Hey, y'all in the building. I love it. What's good? Good to see you guys.
Fahim. It kicked off the intro this week, man. We switched it up a little bit.
Say we got to keep things different. You know what I'm saying? Keep y'all on your toes. Keep y'all on your toes, man. So you sent me the docket, man. Sent me some stuff during the week coming up to this show, man. There's been some stuff going on, bro. So we definitely got some things to cover. Oh man, look, Lala showing you love too. It was nice. See that boy good, man.
Appreciate that boy good. Appreciate it.
So
yeah, man. I sent you some stuff. We'll kick it off, man. So
man,
I had text you. I think it was Thursday. Was it Tuesday? I text you. Braun wasn't playing. The Lakers versus the Bucks. We thought the Bucks that was a for sure win for them. I didn't even watch it. You know, when I start seeing like these stars ain't playing and they're sitting out, I don't even watch the game. Yeah. And
Same.
I had pulled up the score. The Bucks were up by like, I don't know, 15, 16 points. So I glanced at it for a second, then I didn't watch it anymore. And the next thing I know, I get a text from you saying the Lakers won. And I'm like, he's lying. I thought you was playing. I'm like, stop playing. Man. So I went to the ESPN app and pulled it up. And I'm like, are you serious?
They won that game, bro. They won that game. It's crazy. And so because you know me, because I was like, when you sent it to him, I'm like, man, shaking my head. That's whack or whatever. Because while I'm okay with him during the season, taking time off because he's earned it and all that, but this is the final push. I think they're 9th in the West right now. And so they need to do everything that they can to put themselves in better position. I don't think they'll be able to get 6th seed or anything like that. But maybe they can just play one play-in game and they're in. Something like that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe overtake Phoenix, which I think is an 8th seed right now. So I'm like, man, all of these games are important. He needs to play out the rest of the season. And these suckers came and won the game, man. Which is telling me he knows something that we don't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he knows something we don't. Now I don't know if you watched that show or that podcast that he has with JJ Redick. I don't know if you've seen any of those episodes yet, but this guy is a best. Oh man, if you ever get a chance to check out its not entirety, this guy is a basketball savant. He's a genius. He's a genius.
Right.
And we've all known that, you know. I mean, we've seen that. We are all aware that he is probably one of the smartest brothers ever play, the game of basketball on a professional level, elite level. But
what did you think of that show?
Oh, it's great. It's amazing, dude. A lot of look, I know basketball, but I don't know basketball to that level. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff that they were saying sounded like a foreign language. You know what I'm saying? And then I was able to piece it together as I listened to it. But I mean, they are really showing the common man. They're giving them an inside look at basketball, like what the coaches are looking at, what the players are looking at. Like with the plays, what goes into it, and it's crazy, man. It blew my mind. So I'm very impressed with it. I think that it's something that we needed. And I was talking to my little brother last night, and he said, "Man, what if Kobe Bryant never passed away, and he and LeBron had a show?"
I mean, and I'm not saying this because he passed, but Kobe, man, you can make an argument, man, just from a cerebral standpoint. Kobe was as bright as they come, you know.
Exactly.
And that's the thing that I caught snippets of the LeBron and JJ Redick. Like you said, it's not for a novice. They're talking a lot of X's and O's. They're going into details about things, and
Right.
it's not your typical sit down. You know, where you normally have guys arguing back and forth. And I'm glad this is something that's different. It's something that was definitely needed.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. I mean, they are breaking it down. So, but yeah. So anyway, but that being said, I'm just like, well, excuse me. He probably knew something that we didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll know if they hired a new coach and this is how they run their defense or their offense. Like they had an assistant. Like he just knows stuff, and maybe he knew something about that night that knew that hey, if I sit, you know, they'll still have the edge. So yeah, so we got Lala. She said Kobe's on another level. You don't see the discipline he had. Absolutely not.
Facts.
And yeah,
Facts.
absolutely not. And when he was ready to turn it on and take over a game, he did that. He
100%.
did that. He did that.
You know, I was watching it was a clip of Mike Krzyzewski when he was coaching the the Olympic team, and he said he got a knock on the door, and he said it was Kobe, and Kobe's like, can I talk to you, coach? So he said sure. So he said Kobe came over, pulled him aside, and he was like, whoever the best perimeter player is, he was like, I want to guard him. And Mike Krzyzewski said he was looking at him. He's like, Kobe had the same intensity, the same look in his eyes that he said he had the same eyes Michael Jordan had. He was like, so I knew he was like, like I knew we were good, like on that, whoever the perimeter was, like I knew Kobe was going to put some work in and lock him down, and that's obviously what he did.
Yeah. Facts. Yeah, he had that throughout his whole career, man. Like even I think it was Tracy McGrady was just saying, man, the way that he would talk when they were, coming up playing AAU ball was just like he said, I want to be the best that's ever played. I want to be the best that's ever done it. And he might have gone down as the GOAT had he won that 6th ring. You know what I'm saying? Because
he got close.
He got really close, man. People count those championships, They lean heavy in those championships. And if he had gotten the 6th ring, man, you never know. Lala said, Kobe said, put me in Coach Fat.
He did. Facts. That's what he said.
Right. So yeah, that's big. So yeah, I can only imagine in a different timeline, in a different universe, LeBron and Kobe Bryant having a podcast talking X's and O's, dude. That would have been amazing. But JJ Redick still out. He spent 15 years in the league. He had a successful career, nowhere near the GOAT. But I tell you what, those years in I think with the Clippers, man, there were some good years for JJ Redick. He was definitely a problem. So they won that game, man. I was super happy about it. If I mean, it's Wolves and the Lakers for me. Wolves trump Lakers, but I want to and the Lakers because I've always liked the Lakers anyway. I like to win. I like them now that Bron's on there. I like them when Kobe was on there. I don't really remember Magic and them all that well, but I do remember liking the team. You know what I'm saying? They're from Minneapolis originally, so go Lake Show. And they won last night as well. I can't remember what LeBron. They beat him so bad I didn't even look at LeBron's stats.
He had a triple-double. They played the Grizzlies.
Okay, well, it's the Grizzlies. So good. He got a triple. Do you know how many points he had? Was it a low or high triple-double?
I want to say my low 20s.
Okay.
I think it was a triple-double. I looked at stat line. I think it was a triple-double he had.
Okay. Damn, but to be 61 years old and getting a triple-double in the NBA doesn't matter.
Wow, 61? Man.
61, man.
You really adding on the years.
He's low-key older than you. You're like the oldest person I know. So
whatever. I mean, nice try. Considering you're older than me, but nice try.
Whoa. I don't know, man. You got to check birth certificates around here, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll post mine, no problem. I don't know if you want to do
that. Hey, I'll be like Trump. I don't have to show my tax returns.
Facts. Yeah. Man, that dude, man. Man, but speaking of what's up with your boy Draymond Green, man? He's at it again.
Man, bruh. So I was pumping gas, got back from the airport. I was low on petrol, and I got your text, and I was just like, come on, man. Like, what are you doing? Really, Lala? Really?
Facts. He
I
got
got
it. He
really
got it.
wow.
He got it.
I
He
got
got
that
that art.
ARP. Okay. All right. Okay. You know what?
And he got that discount at
Oh,
Starbucks. He does for
oh,
sure.
oh, wow. I got to see you. Look, I
Right.
dyed the beard today. Okay. I dyed the beard. All right.
Oh, you're
So,
doing the dyeing the beard already?
okay. I've been doing that for years. I've been doing that for a better part of 10 years, man. Where that crybaby said it can't happen. No shit. Yeah,
Yeah, for
okay.
real.
Let's get to Draymond. So I'm pumping the gas. I'm watching this shit. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. What was he thinking?
He wasn't.
Why? Like what? I don't understand. Why was he so upset? Because of the foul?
And the foul wasn't even on him. The foul was on
Right,
Wiggins. So I don't even
right.
understand. But the first thing is he made contact with the official. We all know
He
you
did.
can't touch. I mean, yeah, it's not like he went up and fired on him or anything.
No,
But
he didn't. He didn't get one of those.
yeah, you can't make contact with them. But then he just kept going. I'm not going to repeat what he said, but if you go back and watch right when before he fully turned his back, yeah,
You can read the lips. Yeah. You
yeah,
can read the lips.
yeah.
So going back to what Fahim said, he said it can't happen. Now that I guess he said that on his podcast.
Yeah, so he gets ejected and then goes and does his podcast after the game. Dude's self-awareness is just, I mean, it's just, I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
So he knows it shouldn't happen. Like, was he playing the victim of it? Or
no, he said it was my fault, 100% my fault. And he was like, he said, I tried to turn my back and just walk away. He said, but I said what I said before I fully turned around.
Yeah, I mean, shouldn't have said what you said, bro. Like, and then you make contact. Come on, man. Like, you know better. Your boy Steph Curry look.
That's what I was about to ask you. At first, because I saw a headline says Curry's crying. I'm like, he's not crying because he got ejected. I'm like, there's no way. But then I just think it's to the point where he's just tired of it. You know what I mean? Like, man, you've been suspended. You choking cats. Because I don't know if you saw the game before when they were playing Houston. He had Patty Mills in like a headlock. And they didn't even call it technical. Man, you gotta look it up. Yeah, he had Patty Mills in like a headlock. They called a common foul on the play. But yeah, he had he's doing he's mixed martial arts, WWF and NBA all in one. I don't get
all in one.
Yeah, all in one. Dude he said he's gonna multitask. I don't get it.
He got multitask. He tried to change the game, man. He tried to change the game. It said Draymond was made for hockey. Yeah, he was.
He was.
Yeah. He should have put up some ice skates. I don't even know if he would have made it in the NFL. They would have got rid of his ass there too because of his antics.
Well, he played on Michigan State football team for a little bit. I don't know how much, how long he played. Yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't know that. Well, it looked like he brought some of that to the NBA, but I swear, Draymond has 21 ejections in his career.
About right. Yeah, sounds about right.
Goodness,
that's a lot, man. That's a lot.
Dude, way too many. Like, are you kidding me? Joe said that fool needs straight up anger management. Yeah, I thought he took it.
And sis, here's the problem. He's getting anger management. It ain't working. Wherever he's getting, it ain't working. He needs to get a refund because it ain't helping him out.
At all. He said he won't try. Yeah, he won't try any of that on Ron Artest. No. Ron Artest, we saw that clip. He wanted to smoke, and Draymond was like,
"Yeah." Ron Artest locked him up, and he was like nodding his head, like, "Yeah, okay, like play with me if you want to."
Play when you want to. Yeah, he's a straight up menace. Yeah. He should. Hey, if they ever reboot that movie, Menace to Society, he should play the starring role. He should be. Who was it? Was it Kane?
You talking about Old Dog? You talking about Kane and Lorenz Tate? Old Dog?
Yeah, I think he should be Old Dog because Old Dog was a menace.
He'll be something, man. Man, it's bad, man. Well, so we can talk about that. What's the next phase? Do you think Golden State needs to move on from him after the season?
I think so. I think so. I mean, he's a basketball savant himself too. I mean, like
He is.
he knows the game, man. He knows the game very well. Very intelligent player, but he can't get out of his own way, and he's slowing down. He's slowing down the Warriors, man, because what I can never get the saying right. Your best ability is availability, or something.
That's right. No, you hit it on the head.
Did I hit it right? Okay, bet.
Yeah, you
bet.
got it.
And he's never available because he's always on the sideline, on the street clothes. He's always getting ejected. You know what I'm saying? He's getting up there in age anyway. So I'm sure we could get a more athletic, talented player. You know what I'm saying? To put in more minutes and all that good stuff and be available, be on the floor. Probably won't have the same basketball IQ as Draymond Green, but he can make up for that in his athleticism, and he can learn from the other guys. So I don't know. What do you think?
No, you spot on. The thing about it is the teams, the stuff that they'll put up with more, the better that you are. But when your play starts to diminish, they're not going to continue to put up there. They'll ship you out, because Bob Myers, he works for ESPN right now, but he used to be the general manager of the Warriors. He helped build that dynasty, and he said he was honest. He said they were about to move Draymond. And Steph Curry was like, we need him. He's like, I get it. I understand, the strain and, the trouble that he caused, but we need him. So he said we didn't trade him. But at some point, man, the rubber's going to meet the road, as they say, and his play is diminishing. He's not the Draymond of a couple of years. So you even look at Klay Thompson. No. Klay Thompson is taking a reserve role. He's coming off the bench. So if Klay can come off the bench, you know what I mean? You can't get yourself together.
Right, exactly. And Klay's a better player than he is to me.
Correct. Yeah.
To me, I know that Draymond, he's more like a utility knife. You know what I'm saying? He can do a lot of things, but Klay's a better player. If you ask me, comparing apples to apples. So yeah, it's just like, dude, the writing is on the wall. They sat Klay down. What do you think they're going to do to you? Come on, man. So yeah. And just going back to what you said, that Steph Curry said, "No, we need him." This happens again now. Seeing the reaction that Steph Curry had last night, it didn't look like he was pleased at any of this.
No, he can't be.
Say now, right?
And he commented after the game. He said, he was like, this can't happen. He's like, we need him on the floor. And like what you were talking about earlier, there's only X amount of games left. I think there's like 10 games left, or whatever the case may be. It might be less than 10. He was like, our margin for error is razor thin. So we can't afford for Draymond to be getting ejected. Even Steve Kerr, he was like, it was unfortunate, but he deserved it.
See, even his own people are, so dude,
they've had it with him, man.
They've had it with them. I think it's over, man. I think it's over. You asked me, I think it's over, bro. And I'm just trying to pull up these standings right now. They're not looking good. They're in 10th place, and they are 3 games behind the Lakers, with not a ton of games left. So, the West, man. The West is tough, man. It's tight. It's tight. It's really tight.
Where are the Rockets at? Because I know the Rockets had won like 9 or 10 straight. They're trying to get into that play-in mix.
Yeah, the Rockets are hot on their heels. They are a game behind.
See,
they're a 1.5 games behind. Yeah, 1.5 games. So,
and what's the records? I'm just trying to see how many games are left.
All right. So Golden State is 38-34, and Houston is 37-35. So if you can calculate that with your big brain.
37-35. So what's that? 72?
Yeah, there's 80 games, right?
82 games. So about
82
10
games. 10 games. Yeah.
Yep. So about 10 games left. So, man, that margin for error is there really isn't any.
There really isn't any, man. And they're on. I'm trying to look at they don't have they don't have their 10 game You have their 10th game streak, and I just don't see that on here. But
Right.
yeah,
Right.
so I mean, if Houston sneaks in there and knocks out Golden State, a lot of that is on Draymond Green, in my opinion. A
There's
lot
no
of it is on
question it
Draymond
is.
Green. He has to carry that. So yeah, we'll see what happens. And I lied
I'll tell
about
you this.
Phoenix. Phoenix is in 7th. That's in their 8th or 7th. So my bad on that.
I'll tell you this though. If Golden State has an early exit in the playoffs, 72. Okay. So yeah, if Golden State has a early exit in the playoffs, I think you're gonna see some changes. Because Clay is a free agent. So if Clay is willing to, take some less money and play that reserve role, I think they definitely have him back. But I'd look to move Draymond and get some pieces and some players that that'll fit. I mean, he won 4 rings there. He did his part, but at this point, it's starting to be more of a problem than good with him. So
yeah, and they don't need this. Steph Curry doesn't need those kind of problems, in his twilight years of basketball. Now his play has not diminished yet. You think it's about to, and then this cat goes off. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you never know with him because he doesn't really need. He was never a high flyer. You know what I'm saying? So,
and that's what I was getting ready to say. What you'll start to see him do is he won't necessarily drive to the basket as much, but you'll see where he'll be using more screens, more pick and rolls, stuff like that. Because all he needs is a little bit of space, and he's going to get busy. He doesn't need too much, just a little bit. So
I've never seen anything like it before. But
no, me either.
But yeah, you're right. And as long as he can keep up, because he's always moving. So how hard is that at the knees, on the ankles, on the body, all that. So Kobe is calling me during the show. So
clearly he's not a participant. I don't know what's
going
on with that.
He's clearly not a participant.
Right,
I'm gonna get his ass too. Doing the show right now. But yeah. So, anyways, So I would move him. Then maybe because Kuminga, he's playing really good. They can get some pieces for Draymond, especially before his value goes down.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's time for him to, ship him out. Let him go, man. Let it go. Like, he's on. He's on.
My bad, bro. Man, what's good, Kobe?
What's up, young Kobe? He's on the Facebook one too. He's not on YouTube. He was probably like, snap. So he's probably just with the easy one. But yeah, Kobe, what do you think? Draymond Green, should they ship him out? Let us know your thoughts. Everybody else in the comments, let us know your thoughts. Should they ship Draymond Green out after this season? Get some some picks, some players. What's up? We got young Tubbs in here. My dog.
Tubby, what up?
What's up, Tubbs? Man? What up, Tubbs? Draymond Green, that's your man's in there, man. Do they go to State keep him or ship him out? What are your thoughts?
Right. Man, so let's talk about your boy Jontay Porter.
I had never heard of her until you sent me that link.
Man.
I had never heard of her. Okay, Kobe said he would ship him out. The big homie said he is trash. Fact, Lana said if they ship him out, someone else will just pick him up. Yeah, someone else can pick him up, but at least it won't be their problem.
It won't be my problem. I'll get some assets for him, some guys that ain't gonna cause problems that you can just add to the squad and ship him up out of there.
Ship him to the Wizards. That's where they ship all their problems.
For real.
He can go back there with oh boy. Enough. He just crack it up. He said he will be known as Michael Porter Jr.'s brother. Facts.
Yeah.
I had never heard of him. Tuff says, it's time for him to go. He don't want to play ball anymore. He made his money plus 4 rings. He will definitely get picked up by somebody else. Yep, the Wizards.
That's real.
Yep,
well, I know Mike Brown, who coaches Sacramento Kings, he tried to trade for Draymond a couple of years ago because remember he was the assistant coach for a lot of those rings that they won. I think at least 3 of them he was an assistant coach. So I know he tried to get him in Sacramento. But remember, he stepped on Sabonis's chest when the
I
Warriors. So I don't
remember
know if
that.
Sabonis. Yeah, I mean, he's assaulting Sabonis, so I don't know if he want to be on the team with him or not.
No, it's a bonus is a major piece to that team, so he has some
Yeah,
say. He has some
yeah.
say. So yeah, I don't know. I think he'd be a good plug and play for that team. Coming off the
Just
bench.
don't send him to
I'm
the
all
Wolves.
for it.
We don't need him with the Wolves. To keep
No
him away from
thanks.
that. No,
Yeah, no thanks. Yeah,
they got a good
we're
thing
good.
going. He'll end up choking Gobert in practice, man. So you don't need
I
that.
know, right? In
No,
practice, he
yeah, we don't
will
need that.
have him in a
Yeah,
headlock, man. No, we don't need
yeah,
that at all.
we don't need that.
But yeah,
We don't need that.
your boy, your boy Jonte, whatever the hell his name is, Michael Porter
Porter,
Jr.,
yeah,
brother. uh, yeah, I mean, what an idiot. That was so dumb. So guys who got the guys, folks who don't know, Chris, could you kind of put everybody up on game with
I
this
mean,
idiot?
basically, he's making bets. Allegedly, he's allegedly making bets on on the NBA on games, which is taboo. You can't do that.
Right.
That's a no. And I'm trying to see if I word this correctly, but it's from like sports bets. There were two different bets that were placed this year on two different dates where his bet was like the most profitable. They call them like prop bets, and I know Fahim knows a little bit about those. But
Mhm.
they
Oh, prop bet.
it
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, okay, I've
it
heard
was.
of them. Oh, by the way, BJ said he needs your shirt.
I got you, BJ. I'll holler at you about it.
All right.
Yeah,
Oh,
Tubby Porter Jr. So, and Fahim's breaking down. Yeah, Fahim's
oh,
breaking down the prop bet. So,
oh, okay. Let me go to that. Okay, prop bets himself for minutes played. Okay, okay. Why do they call it prop bets? Because he's the prop
yeah,
and
they're
he's
not
taking
like,
himself out of the game.
yeah. So, yeah, dude was faking like illnesses and stuff. Like he missed a 3-pointer and then said like he was sick or hurt his ankle and then didn't play the rest of the game. And he did it both times. Like, man, you
Right,
ain't even hiding it right.
right, right. Well, and the coach was like, "Well, I trust my players, so I didn't know. So
How would he know? I mean, who would think somebody
how
would
would he
do?
know?"
I mean, he's on a 2-way contract right now, so he's making like $400,000 a year. But your brother
Right,
signed like 100 and something, 150 or a max contract. So I'm not
right.
saying your brother has to give you money, but man, you in the league, you don't need to be doing stuff like this. This is crazy.
No, how about grind? Grind.
Right.
Get with your brother. Like, hey man, show me the ways. You know what I'm saying? It's
Exactly.
like
Exactly.
let's do this. Let's train together. Let's all that. I mean, you're good enough to be in the league. As
Right.
Tubby said, he's still in the league. But you're
He
good
said,
enough
who
to
does
be
he
in the
play
league.
for? I think it's the Toronto Raptors.
Yeah,
If
Toronto
anybody
Raptors.
can is it the Raptors?
Yeah, it's the Raptors.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, he
yeah.
played for the Raptors. So yeah, Tubby, he was on one of them 2-way contracts. So he was bouncing back and forth. You got to
From the
play X amount of
from the
the G League and the NBA. I think it's like 41 games in the G League and 41 in the NBA is what I if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I think it's like.
Okay. Yeah. I was about to ask you about like what does that mean, 2-way contract? But
Yeah.
okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that's dumb. He made it was so obvious. He wasn't trying to. You shouldn't do it anyway. First off, but as
No.
you are gonna do it, you should probably be a little bit more discreet about it. I mean, the NBA they have people who actually look into this and actually. And I only
100%.
know this from the article that you sent me, though. It's not like but
Yeah.
because Chris sent me the information, I read up on it. They have people investigating this, so if you have oversight looking into this constantly, who are looking for patterns and all type of stuff. What you're an idiot. What made you think that you could get away with that? Who did he consult? Did he talk to his brother? Did he talk to his dad? I don't know. That's I'm like, but like he
It's
can't.
crazy.
But I'm like, but it's like, do you think it's a good idea if I do this? No. What?
You're not
You're
even
in the
hiding. You're in the league. And here's the crazy part. This dude, he misses a free throw and then he checks himself out. Like he takes a half-day PTO right during the middle of the game. After he
game.
yeah, I mean, what are we doing here?
Yeah. So Lotto says he got greedy. Yeah, he definitely did. He was
He-
trying to make the money that his brother was making, but he tried to do the easy way, grind, grind.
right, right.
Tubbs said, and Tubbs is the avid hooper. He said, "My goodness, yeah." He went straight to the locker room, like, "Look, I'm about to spray." What would he say? "Look, I'm about to spray ankle on purpose." You might want to get in there.
Yeah, I think one of
Okay,
said
so you
dude
might want to
said,
get in on this. I messed up with some set, but you
yeah.
guys can read it.
Oh no, I know exactly what he's saying. Man, I think one of them they said, dude, I think he had a flu or he felt sick or something. Like, come on,
Yeah,
man.
he's so sick. Oh, go.
Right, right.
My
Come on,
throat's a
bro.
little scratchy. Can you hear it? I'm like, come on, man, get out of here with that mess. But yeah, it's like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing here, man? Like, man, I hope it doesn't go. I hope it doesn't go back to his brother. I hope they don't start investigating him. I don't think they
Well,
will.
they
Um,
already interviewed him about it. And he was like, let me say, not interview, but the media then asked his brother about it. And he was like, I don't believe it. Like you would believe Cole would do it. I wouldn't believe my brother would do anything like that.
facts,
You know what I mean? So you're like, that's not the brother that I know. So,
right?
I have a hard time believing he would do anything like that. So it's just crazy. And no one's feeling sorry for you, man. You're making $400,000 a year. Very
Right.
few people make $400,000. It's a small fraction of people who make 400,000, and compared to to the mass, most people
Oh,
aren't anywhere.
exactly.
Yeah, most people
Yeah.
aren't anywhere near 400 racks a year. So, man, you're playing
Yeah.
around with your livelihood, your family's name, your livelihood, your salary, your career to make some prop bets. Like, man, come on, man. Like you said, grind out and then and then
Yeah.
and then get locked up on a team, get you a 3, 4, 5 year contract that's paying
Yeah.
you, nice 8 figures, and you ain't got to play
Right.
around with prop bets.
The prop bet, you don't need to do that. And you already nice at the 400 plus. So just build on that. So I said, good bread, fam. Yeah, that's great bread. Yeah, if I'm
Man,
making that, if I'm a newsflash, y'all, I'm not making that. So
right.
if I'm
I know
making that, man,
somebody else who ain't. I know somebody else who ain't making that either.
somebody else on this podcast is not
Facts.
making that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you just live within your means, like we all do. You know what I'm saying? With our
Hmm.
with our with our salaries, and no, you're not going to be on your brother's level, not yet, but you can get there. It's his younger brother, correct?
Yes, this is younger brother.
Oh man, come on, man. You got time. You got time. Like, what are we talking about here, man? It's like, come on, you don't see Seth doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like Seth is grinding it out, making a little bread that he can make, and he's good.
And
Like
see, here's the problem with that. They're gonna make an example out of him because a lot of people always say these sports is rigged anyway.
right.
You'll see conspiracy theories. You'll see them on, Twitter or X or whatever, social media. You see them online. You can Google it and see sports conspiracy theories about games being rigged and this, that, and the other. He's not even a star player. You're a fringe player. You're not even on a guaranteed NBA contract. You're on a two-way, and you're doing
Facts.
stuff like this, man. What I think is going to happen, like even if they don't they can't fully find that he did something, they're going to make an example out of him. He
Yeah.
may be suspended for a year. He may be suspended for half a season, but I don't think it's going to matter because I don't believe another team's going to touch him. I think he's going to end
No,
up getting blackballed. He did it to himself.
he did it to himself. I've seen better players get blackballed for less.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. Because again, I had never heard of this person ever in my entire life. Like you had to tell me who he was and connect them to somebody in the league so I would have a better understanding. I was just like,
Right.
why do I care about this? You know what I'm saying? Like, well,
Yep.
that's old boys, bro. I'm like, oh wow,
Right.
okay, I have
Yeah.
heard of that, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So did he win like
Mm-hmm.
most improved player of the year, or sixth man of the year, or something? Like
Who? Michael Porter.
yeah, Michael Porter.
Michael Porter. I know. I mean, he won that championship last year with the Nuggets. Man, he was
He
pivotal
did win that.
in that because his thing is he was always hurt. Like he's got work, he's got skills, but he could just never stay healthy. Like he was the number one player in the country when he came out of high school. He was one of those phenom guys and stuff like that. Ended up going to Missouri for a year, but his brother was highly touted when he came out too. I don't know if some of that was because of the last name, the last name affiliation.
Right.
But like, come on, man, he just
Yeah.
again, and
Right.
nobody's feeling sorry for you.
at all, at all. So Fast Chris, he'll be overseas by next year. I can see that. Yep, I
Yeah,
can see
and
that.
he'll be over there, Turkey or some doggone place, man. Some uniform. We don't even know, what team it is.
Right. Yeah, man. Well, you play stupid games, win stupid prizes. So
For real.
yeah, yeah. Wow. All right, man. So what else? What else we got popping?
Man, well, so my next question, we kind of follow up with this, and this kind of connects with Shohei Ohtani. But what role do you think the NBA and other sports play in this gambling? Because I think this is the tip of the iceberg. Because we've had players in the NFL that have been suspended for gambling, and you know
Right.
how I think gambling is legal in, man, I cannot remember how many states. I want to say 38 or 40 states that gambling's legal. It's a lot of states. Don't quote me on the
Right.
number,
Yeah.
but NBA is cashing in. Now you're putting teams in Las Vegas. That's the gambling. Central. That's headquarters
Oh
right
yeah.
there. So
Oh
you're
yeah.
promoting gambling. You got fantasy sports. You got all this type of stuff. Like, what role do you think the NBA, or what responsibility do you think the NBA has in these type of scenarios?
Um, I not much. If you want me to be an honest answer, because I mean, that's sports. Sports betting has been around since sports has been around. You know what I mean? Betting, that's what
Yep.
it's all about. But if you're a player, it's just common knowledge that you just don't bet on your own games. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, so I don't think the NBA has any responsibility on it, because it's gonna happen, regardless. What Lala say? She said online gambling is everywhere. Yeah, it's
And
everywhere.
she's right. And you can do it right from the palm of your hand. You don't got to go to
Yeah.
Vegas, or depending on where you're at, you can do that right from the palm of your hand. I think
Mhm.
if they're going to legislate that in terms of suspending cats and there's got to be some type of a better system in place, though. As far as you got to educate the players, there's got to be
Mhm.
something like, and maybe they do it, but you got to have somebody annual from the league that comes around, talks to the players before the season starts. Maybe comes in during mid-season and kind of reinforces that, because the NBA is capitalizing on that stuff. It's a money
It,
grab, right? So
yeah, it's a money grab. Yeah, yeah, they're winning, but it's hold on. Tough said I'm new to the Tough said I'm new to the news. Sorry, fellas. How did he get caught? All right. So do you want to just give
you
it
can
just
hit it.
another quick recap? Okay, so basically how he got caught is that he was doing prop bets. And Fahim explained prop bets, but he was basically pulling himself out of games on the under for the under for his points or whatever.
Right.
His point is all is whatever stats it was. Sometimes it's
Like
points, sometimes
one of the
it's
stats was
yeah,
him making a three-pointer in a game. So like he
right.
missed a shot and then he pulled himself out. So and the two times that he pulled himself out of the games were like
It's the
his name.
most
Yeah,
ever.
yeah, was the Jonte Porter on both those days were the most money that were made on sports prop bets. So
Right,
that they, like you said, they got specialists and people that are that are official in that area that can that's what they do. Because
right.
it's hard to beat Vegas. Like, Vegas wins the vast majority of the time, but you're all of a
Yeah.
sudden this guy who's really kind of a no name player. Um, you know,
Hmm.
it's off the kind of off the kill. So let's pull up what Fahim said. He's breaking it
Right,
down a
right.
little bit.
Okay, so Fahim says unusual activity. Most of those bets are limited to $2,000. There were several $20,000 bets on him on those 2 days.
See, come on, man.
Unusual. It's
Yeah,
not unusual to be. Doesn't help that he's a no name. Correct, just like you were saying too. So
100%. That's facts.
yeah, so there it is in a nutshell. Thank both of you guys for explaining that. I was kind of stumbling over that, but yeah. So he made it obvious, dude. Again, like I said, they have oversight in that. Vegas wins all the time. So when they start losing, oh, they come into the table. You
Right,
know what I'm saying?
right.
To do an investigation. So he's probably just a young guy. When you're young, you do dumb things. You know what I'm saying? You think nobody's looking, everybody's looking. It's just, so I think that might be part of what he was doing. And we can look at it like, are you serious? Like, that's 5 to 10. You know what I'm saying? But he can't see that because he's just so young. You know what I'm saying? He's trying. He's greedy. He's trying to make money like his brother. I don't know. I'm kind of just, just kind of shooting from the hip on that stuff. But that's why I see.
Well, and you know what looks bad too, because now they go digging up footage from games and receipts and stuff. And there was this one game where he banked in the 3-point shot, and he looked pissed. Like he didn't even normally you hit a shot like you happy or you smiling, man. Dude looked angry. It don't mean he was betting, but it was like now they're like, man, like who makes a shot and they're pissed? Like he's supposed to.
Right. Well, it's like when we're talking off camera, and we're not going to stay on this because this is not that kind of show. But like all the stuff that with Diddy, and you go back and look at certain things that he said on film. Now with all the allegations out there, you look at it different. So
sometimes you try to connect dots where they may not be there, or they really could be, or they may not be there, but you end up speculating more. So right, yeah, it's just it's a bad deal, man. But so in talking about this, we talked about Shohei Ohtani last week. He had his interpreter, the interpreter for the Dodgers, allegedly took allegedly took $4.5 million out of his bank account. Well, he had a new interpreter, and he had a press conference, and he flat out denied. He said he's never bet on any sports. But it's just a lot of red flags. Like people are like, okay, let's give you the benefit of the doubt, so you didn't bet on sports, but then you got a terrible accountant or a financial advisor, because how does someone take $4.5 million out of your account and you don't know? Like that's a lot. Yeah. That's a lot of money, man.
It's a lot of money, and it's your money, and you know what I'm saying. Like it's like it kind of harkens back to the head coach of Michigan, Harbaugh, whatever.
Jim Harbaugh,
Jim Harbaugh, and he was like, well, I didn't know, we were, that this other coach was doing these things. You're the head coach. This is your team. This is your staff.
Know. Yep, you should know.
You know what I'm saying? And if you don't know, well, that's a whole nother problem that needs to be figured out. So you can apply that to this. This is your bread.
Right.
You don't know in 4.5 million is missing.
4.5 million. Yeah.
I don't care how much you make, bro. I don't care how much you make, man. That's a lot of money to go unnoticed.
Well, and then it's just so many. It's like so many different stories. I don't want to call them lies, but so many stories being told. One story, they were saying the interpreter said that Shohei Ohtani didn't know anything about it. Then there's another story that's saying that the interpreter had a gambling problem, and Shohei Ohtani paid the money directly to the people to help out the interpreter because they were really close friends. And then people were like, well, why would he pay the interpreter and not just give why would he pay the bookie the bookie firm? Why would he pay them and not just give it to the interpreter? And he's like, oh, well, he was looking out for me because he knew I might misappropriate the funds and not pay who I need to pay. So the whole thing is, man, it's a lot going on. I just find it hard. I'm not saying it's impossible, but like I said, we know when $100 is missing out of our account, let alone, man, 4.5 million. Come on, man, because I'm calling the bank if I'm like, man, where this 100 at? Run me my money, because
run that.
It was in there yesterday. Yeah,
right, and now it's not. And then you know what I'm saying? Like what's $25? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing? So Fahim said, Pete Rose said, I wish I had an interpreter. I'd be scot-free. Oh my God.
He ain't lying.
He's not, man. And Pete Rose was a bad boy.
Oh man, hands down. It's a legendary player. It's all-time hits leader.
Yeah.
So iconic player.
They've damn near almost like erased him from the history books. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they just kind of let him, because Bart Giamatti was the commissioner during that time, and they were like, Rose, if he had came clean, I think they would have extended more grace to him, but he wouldn't do it. I think pride and ego. So they let him back into baseball, but they will not let him in the Hall. At least I don't think in our lifetime. He won't make the Hall of Fame. I don't see
What's
it.
the point? What's the point? You're not
Well,
playing anymore.
Here's what I'm saying. I think you put him in, but you put an asterisk by it. You put, I mean, that's an
asterisk by it.
all-time hits leader. You put an asterisk. The same thing with Barry Bonds and Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, Roger Clemens, that whole batch.
The whole juicing
You put
era.
them in, yeah, because there's guys in the Hall of Fame right now that juice. There's pitchers and stuff that they just didn't get caught.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's an era. Not everybody played that way. Definitely not saying that, but baseball to me turned they turned the other cheek. They turned the other eye. They looked the other way because they were coming off a strike in '95, and this helped propel the game. All those home runs that were being hit added excitement back to the game. So they looked the other way. Bud Selig was the commissioner during that time. Baseball shares some culpability with that too. But like I said, I know we deviate a little bit, but I find it hard for $4.5 million to be missing from your bank account. You don't know nothing about that. But maybe you got that type of money where you don't miss $4.5 million. I've never had that problem before. I'd love to have it. Seems like a heck of a problem to have, but
right. It's like what $4.5 million? I didn't even know. That's it. Like, man, you balling like that? Shoot, man, how can I be down? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't want to do no Diddy stuff to be down. No, I'm not doing that.
No.
I have stipulations.
I don't know, mess.
There's some lines I will not cross.
Facts.
But yeah, that's crazy, man. So, but Ohtani, he played yesterday. No, today. They're playing today.
They played today. So, yeah, they were whooping on the Cardinals earlier.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's balling now, so like nothing happened. So I mean, I hope they get to the bottom of it. It's crazy that can happen, but it's sports, man. With sports, there's a lot of money being exchanged, so there's going to be some corruption, in it.
It happens. When you start talking, you start talking gambling, and with that level of money, like there's going to be a problem. It's not the majority, but there's always going to be that, those few instances that take place.
Facts. All right, man. So, NBA ratings.
So I want to talk about NBA ratings. Now I don't know if you saw, but the NFL, now they've crept into Christmas Day. You remember Christmas Day used to be nothing but NBA games. That was their that was kind of their that was their day. Well, now after announcing a couple months ago they weren't going to do it, the NFL has now scheduled a doubleheader on Christmas Day, which is a Wednesday. Since when does the NFL play games on Wednesday? They never do.
No, but why not?
It's a ratings bonanza. So there is this, and it's more so coming from here on conservative side or whatever. But they're saying the NBA is losing viewership and losing ratings. In large part, they're blaming two things: LeBron. I'm hearing a lot about this, LeBron, and then they're saying the NBA embraced wokeness, and that word has just been hijacked, and you know what I mean. They took everything out of out of the the original intent of that that word. I don't think they announced it yet. Tubbs, who the teams are going to be. But last year's All-Star game in 2023, I think that was the lowest viewed All-Star game. Now this year they had I think I saw an article where it was up around like 14-18%, so it's getting better. But what are your thoughts on? I stopped watching them years ago. But what do you think, or what's one of the reasons you think there is a decline in ratings in the NBA? Do you think it's some of the stuff that's being flowed out here about LeBron and some of his social injustice stances, and the NBA? You remember like during COVID, when they embraced Black Lives Matter and and social injustice quotes and things of that nature. I'm hearing folks saying that that's what's pushed people away from the NBA. So I just want to get your thoughts and everybody else's thoughts in the chat on that.
Before I go, a lot of I just think people watch sports like they used to. I think maybe they don't watch them like they used to.
Mhm.
Lala, but correct me if I'm wrong. I think so too. People are busy, man. There's a lot of stuff out there. There's a lot of things to stream. There's
Yep.
like the streaming thing. There's so much content out there. There's these big blockbuster movies. I mean, it's a lot you can do, and it's a lot of games. NBA is a lot of games. And
Right.
it's on so many channels. Like if you get the NBA Pass, like I mean, it's hard to watch all those games. We have it because we like to watch teams that we can't get here. You know what I'm saying? And we're big NBA fans. Same thing with football with the NFL ticket.
Yep.
Let's see here. Lana said people just watch highlights to keep it moving. So much going on, folks outside now. Yep, I agree. I agree with that. Tuv says I think it's the matchups. On Christmas, it should be the best in the West versus best in the East. I don't want to see Lakers versus Wizards on Christmas. Okay, Tubbs.
Yeah.
I totally agree because we have been seeing that quite a bit, and I don't watch those games. I'm like, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like the games used to be good, so it's the matchups. They're putting it off on LeBron. Leave LeBron alone. Just come on. Like he's blamed for everything. What did LeBron do?
He gets, but I think when the NBA started to lose some of the ratings and stuff, and people started to look at it sideways, was I think when they started doing that low management stuff. Because I remember I went to a T-Wolves and Spurs game. Tim Duncan was out, Ginobili was out, Tony Parker was out, and I was out. I left in the second quarter. I'm like,
I was out.
I'm not watching this. This is trash. Like, man, you need to give me a refund. I want a refund on my stuff from the concession stand and on my ticket. Like, run me my money. This is trash. I mean, like they had like 3-4 guys there that I had never even heard of on the Spurs. I'm like, that dude had a paper route last week. Now you got him out here playing point guard. Like, this is crazy.
Try to cross cats up.
Yeah, man, come on, man. And that other dude was at Dunwoody. You picked him up from Dunwoody, the technical college, man. So cut it out, man.
No, cut it out. Nah, exactly. I think that LeBron had nothing to do with that. That started with Popovich and those Spurs. They kicked it off, and then they kind of went on from there. So
it spread.
People stopped watching. Yeah, it spread. And as now we know that that the NBA, I mean, it's a majority African American league. You know what I'm saying? So you can't have misfaults. You can't have missteps. You know what I'm saying? Because we're held to a different level. So one little thing is gonna make everybody stop watching because we're not the majority, we're the minority still. You know what I'm saying? So and then because like every time I run across people are like, oh, NBA, I don't watch that anymore. It's just no defense and it's flopping. And just like, do you watch the games? Do you watch the games? Because these people are skilled. Like they're
skilled.
High level basketball. Okay, so Lana said Chris took PTO along with the players.
Facts. I was out of there.
And then Tubbs said facts, but you never know. I would have left too. Back then with the passion to play all 82 games. These days you get a ticket to a home game and the whole started 5 cents out. Yeah, that's facts.
These facts, 100%. And that's the thing, man. And the thing, the prices for tickets are so much more expensive now than they were back in the day. So you got parents working hard, and Tubbs got kids, but it's like you work hard to take your kids to a game, and you got cats sitting over there with some of these weird outfits on and stuff. It's like, man, you could wear that mess to the game, but you can't put on no uniform. Like, what are we talking about here, man? Like, that's just whack, man.
Right. That's what ruined the game. That's what I think ruined the game. That's what and then the other stuff is just nitpicking. You know what I'm saying?
It's nitpicking. Like, if you say this, okay, say if you say there's a segment of folks that don't, and I'm sure you're running that small segment of folks that don't like LeBron because of his political stance, and he's made it public. Okay. All right, that's fine, but I don't believe that they won't watch because of LeBron. He's polarizing, right? And you have his supporters that will watch him because they want to see him succeed and do well. But then there's also people that don't like him, and they'll watch him to see him lose. It's kind of like the Cowboys or the New York Yankees. It's kind of that. If you look at it from that analogous standpoint, to me, it's the exact same thing. So I don't believe that he is the main reason why
No.
quote unquote viewership is down. Because the article that I read said the NBA's largest population is between the ages of 18 and 44
Okay, of the watchers, of the viewers, they're fans,
of the
right?
viewers. Their fan base, their largest demographics of fan base is in that age range.
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, because the old heads they don't watch it. Not a lot. Like people my age, I'm 46. You know what I'm saying? So I'm outside of that. A lot of them cats don't watch it. They like college. I'm like, God, it's so boring to me. It's
And
so college is so
crazy?
boring.
North Carolina and Michigan State played last Saturday. That game had 10 million viewers. It doubled the most popular NBA game this year, the most watched NBA game this year to date. But here's the thing: you're talking about 82 games in the season. That's a lot of games, man. And those games in October and November and December, people ain't really paying attention because you're so wrapped up into football. You know, football dominates this country from a sports standpoint because you got like your favorite team. They play one game a week, and like that one game it's of great significance. But like if the Timberwolves lost 2 in a row, we'd be like, man, they lost 2 in a row, but it ain't the end of the world. But like if your Vikings lost 2 in a row, you'd be like, man, you're gonna be hot.
Yeah, every game counts, man. Every game counts. The big homie said way too much flopping. Yep, it's just part of the game now.
100% right about that.
Yeah, he's right about that.
And he's been saying that for years. He's been saying that since like 09, 2008, 2009. He's been saying that.
He was saying that before people were saying it. Law said they need to revamp like baseball did because their games were going too long. No one wants to watch those long ass games. Yeah, I agree.
Well, she's right because baseball put that clock in there, and those games that used to be 3.5 hours, man, a lot of them are 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Yeah, so it's a lot more fun to watch. To be honest, BJ said women's college basketball is the best. They are hooping.
And they're more popular. They've got more signature like players and names and stuff like that people know versus the men's. And it's the first time I've ever remembered that happening.
Yeah, and they play more of a free glance game, freestyle type game. Their game to me, call me crazy, call me an idiot, but it's the reason why I don't like men's college basketball. It's just they're just running the play. You know what I'm saying? It's just too. I don't know, man. It looks like watching from the 70s.
It's robotic. It's very
too robotic.
It's very robotic. The women's game it's more fluid. And I've watched I've watched more games. It's more fluid. And even I was listening to a commentator it was either this morning or yesterday. It was sometime this week, and he was saying that he played in the NBA. Brian Scalabrine. He said I can't watch. Yeah, he said I can't watch men's college basketball. He said I can't watch it.
Me neither. No,
because for that LeBron, reason. I don't know if you caught LeBron talking about watching Bronny's games for USC. He said it's just draining. He says more agonizing watching his games than him actually playing himself. Like just how college basketball is. Yeah. Of course he caught flack for that, even though I agree, I get what he's saying. I'm a diehard. I love college basketball, but I get from how it used to be to how it's played now.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I mean, because I remember it being like that back in the day. Like I used to watch it, you know what I mean? But now I'm like, man, I just can't do it. Even high school basketball is more fluid. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
But yeah, man. But I think they don't like to see these brothers making all this money. You know what I'm saying? And so they nitpick. But here's the thing: what people forget is that people hated Jordan in his prime. They hated him as much as they hate LeBron. Yeah, as much as they hate LeBron.
It wasn't magnified because there was no social media. There was no social media back in the 90s. But like you talked about these cats making a lot of money, but they always forget these owners are making the lion's share of the money. In order for them to pay these players, they're the ones making the line. So why can they make it? These players are the ones that's putting the work in. They're the ones out there practicing. They're the ones not all of them, but they're the ones that's eating good and what I mean, with personal trainers and putting in, sacrifice that it takes to be successful. They're the ones putting that work in. So why can't they get paid?
Why? I agree. I agree. And the big homie said, "I love NCAA men's basketball," and that's fine. No, that's good.
Me too.
You know,
I do too.
yeah, you love it
100%.
too. Yeah,
100%. It was played better to me in prior years, but I also think the NBA was played better in prior years. These guys, I think, in NBA, to me, they rely more on their athleticism and their skill. I just don't think they're as fundamentally sound as the players were back in the day because of
I disagree.
How they're not, bro. You could see guys that don't even box out. Like I can tell you how many. I mean, who was it? The Knicks or somebody. I mean, 140-point games have we seen in the last like 2 weeks? They're dropping 140 points like it's nothing. There's no defense being played.
Well, they're better scorers though too. Like everybody can shoot. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can shoot from from the logo. So you got that, and they're more, and they have this more skill set. With they got better handles now, better shooters, better footwork. I mean, and they're more athletic, and they're stronger, they're bigger.
100% more. Everything you just said is correct, but that takes away from me the fundamentals. You can't have. It's hard to have good fundamentals in terms of spacing, in terms of boxing out, things of that nature. Your big man taking somebody down on the block, just all those types of things. It's hard to have fundamentals when a lot of these guys are jacking up 3-pointers. I think that's one of the things that's ushered NBA kind of in the new era is all these 3-pointers that are being taken. You don't see as many, to me, from an excitement standpoint, it helped the NBA, but I just think the quality, I think for me, as somebody that's watched it since the 80s, since I was a little kid, I don't think the quality is there the way that it used to be. Like the Timberwolves they're a very good defensive team. We watched them. We know that they harp. That's kind of one of their staples is good defense. But how many other teams do you see in the NBA playing really good defense?
Not many. They played in the playoffs, but during the regular season, they don't necessarily lock up. The defense wins games. So I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Like the defense is lack thereof. And let's get back to that. So the big homie says they may have no defense, 0. They lock in during the playoffs. Kobe said I disagree. The talent is way different. So Kobe's on more so the same page as I am.
Well, no, it's not about the talent. The talent is way different, but I don't think the fundamentals are there. I'm not saying the guys back then are more talented because they're not. There's just
right. Yeah. The basic foundation of basketball. I get what you're saying. Lala says it's harder to make that shot when someone is playing defense. True. Kobe said there was no 7-foot player shooting the 3 and running the break back in the day. Facts. I love it. It's because sports is like art. It's subjective, so everybody has their own opinions on it. LeBron just had his first 150-point game. What?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe
I
one
agree
day
with Kobe, but I'll say that. But what I'll say to Kobe is Hakeem Olajuwon could do a lot of the stuff that these guys right now are doing, and better than a lot of these guys. Hakeem could do it all. He had the handle work, he had the jump shots, he had everything. Defense, I think he's still the all-time leader in block shots. So,
yeah, but he was an exception to the rule. He was an exception.
The game was, well, he was, but the game was also played different though, and that's part of the just kind of the evolution of it. You can look at from the 80s to the 90s. You had more high flying teams in the 90s than you did in the 80s. Like, and so on and so forth.
I agree. For him, the analytics ruined defense. I can see that. It's just a shootout now. I can see some of that, especially during the regular season. Kobe says playoff, they play defense, the rest let them play. Yep. Yeah, we had that conversation the other day. Because also like when you are trying to play defense, Chris, you get called really ticky-tack fouls. And the players get all pissed off, and then that's the whole thing. They had to put a rule in for that. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, what do you want? You know what I mean? If I play defense, you're gonna call the foul during regular season. If I don't, then you're gonna say, well, the game sucks now because nobody plays defense. So
facts. Well, it's like what the big homie's saying right there. This is what I agree with, and I think has hurt the game is there's no post game anymore. Look at someone like think out how much more dominant Karl Anthony Towns could be if he had some post moves to go with that 3-point shot that he had. He would be unguardable.
Unguardable, yeah.
He would be unguardable if he could get down on a block and put work in, and you had to worry about him down there because you already know if you leave him open at the 3-point line or you give him a little bit of room with his side, he's going to knock the three down. But it's just like, why wouldn't you work on your complete game? You know, he's talking about I'm the best 3-point shooting big man of all time. So I don't know, man. And I think people take it as a slight when I say like, oh, they're not as fundamentally sound. I don't think they are. I think they're more skilled. They have more overall talent. And I think that sometimes takes away from the fundamental part of the game.
I like the way you broke that down too, because a lot of people get that mixed up because you say fundamental, they think that you mean skills. You know what I'm saying? Because I jumped on that first. You're like, wait a minute. No, they're way more skilled, but that's not what you said. You said fundamentals, the fundamentals. Because
I think a lot of these cats, somebody that stayed in the league, but they were fundamentally sound because they weren't the most athletic. Like you look at Draymond. Draymond is fundamentally sound. Forget all the goofy stuff that he's doing. I'm just talking about on the court, like when he's playing. You can look at he is not the most athletic guy. He is not a good 3-point shooter, and he's not a consistent scorer. But he box out. He knows where guys are going to be on the floor. You know what I mean? Like he's like kind of like an old school player you would see like back in the day. He's undersized for his position. You know, he's not like super athletic, but you know, he makes winning plays. That's what I mean when I say fundamentally. It's like you had more Draymonds. Again, take out the goofy stuff. You had more Draymonds back in the day, and to me in the 80s and 90s than you do right now because they weren't as athletic. They had to be more fundamentally sound. I mean, look at some of those cats.
They look like truck drivers.
Yeah, look at some of them cats the Timberwolves had. Like some of them dudes weren't like crazy athletes. You know what I mean? Your Tony Campbell's, your Doug West, and some of those Tom Gugliotta, but they were fundamentally sound players. You know, they knew where to be at. You know, they made the right play. They, you know, bank shot, you know, mid-range jumper. Like you don't see as many mid-range jumpers as you did.
Oh, no.
It's like a 3-pointer or a dunk in a lot of cases. You know, like you know, like Kyrie can do the mid-range. KD's a master. Kawhi, but it's not. You had way more guys back then that you know they didn't shoot as many threes. Like I saw a stat. I think it was James Harden. He shot more threes, and I forgot what year it was. It might have been 18, 19. Than like almost every team in like 1 year in the 90s. Just himself. You know what I mean? That just goes to show you the shift in the game. So
it's an evolution in the game. The big homie said Dirk is not Towns the best shooting big man of all time. Probably. I don't know if Dirk ever won.
I don't disagree with. No, Towns said he was. I don't disagree. Dirk could shoot. Towns is saying he's the best shooting 3-point shooting big man. Let me preface that correctly. He said best shooting the 3-point. Dirk is to me a superior scorer than Towns. You look at the mid range, and that's someone I'm talking about like mid range. You saw he had 3-point. He had that one leg shot. That he could shoot. Like Dirk had an arsenal. Like if Towns' 3-point shot ain't falling, what does he do? He don't play. He doesn't play defense. When we talk about defense, he's not playing defense, and it's like if that shot ain't falling, what are you getting out of him?
Right. No, I agree. Kobe said, I get that. I think analytics say post game is not the best shot. They're rather a layup or threes these days.
I don't disagree. I mean, I think analytics is saying you see a lot of that like in football. When they'll say go for it on 4th and 1.
Right.
That's like
that used to not be a thing.
Yeah, you didn't do that. That's the thing with the Eagles with that. And I didn't like to play, even though brotherly shove.
Wow.
Definitely not calling it that, but it's that same thing, right? So
yeah. I mean, it's an evolution of the game. Either you like it or you don't. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
So and I can pretty much watch any team play. Not the bad teams. I don't really like watching them play, but those middle of the road teams, I can watch them play. I like the flow. It's fluid. I like that the big men, can do what they can do now. A lot of the fundamentals are gone, but you have those.
I'll tell you someone that's fundamental.
Like Joker.
That's what I was getting ready to say, because he is clearly not the most athletic big man, but he is fundamentally. Joel Embiid is fundamentally sound. But like if you go back in the day, like if you look, Patrick Ewing was fundamentally sound. David Robinson was fundamentally sound. Hakeem Olajuwon was fundamentally sound. Rick Smits, like there was a lot of like those big men that were fundamentally sound. Like, and some of them had to be like Rick Smits. He had to be, because he was not the most athletic guy, you know. But again, just the box out, just post position, just kind of all of that type of stuff. And again, the game has shifted to a certain degree, so they're not doing some of those things. But I don't know, man. It's good. It's definitely good conversation, good banner to have.
Definitely. Well, I got a dinner reservation I got to go to, so we.
Yes,
I think we're through all the topics.
Yeah. So, we good. We good.
Hey, big homie, I'm meeting your boy Ryan for dinner, so I'll make sure that I'll tell him you said what up, even though you didn't. Papa Jones said playoff NBA basketball is very entertaining. Absolutely, I totally agree with that. I can't wait.
It is. Right. Man, you got to get to your dinner reservation, but we appreciate everybody that was in the chat. The chat was definitely live today. Good discussion, good topics, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, it gets better and better every week. So I appreciate you guys being here. Please like and subscribe. And well done, sir. Great intro.
Yep.
Great intro.
All right, man. And check out the Shell and Shotty show tomorrow.
All right. Hey, thanks for the plug. We'll see you guys.
Yes, sir. Peace. All right. See you.